Environment, which is created by living and non living things that are interdependently live together and form this beautiful ecosystem, and hence we called it environment. Our environment is a complex and dynamic system that supports all living being. It consists of physical, chemical, biotic factors that interact to create a delicate balance in nature. What is environment? It includes our physical surrounding like air, water bodies, soil, and all the organisms such as plant, animal, human beings, and microorganisms like bacteria and fungi called decomposers. So, ecosystem is a web of life. In this, living and non living organisms, an ecosystem consists of both living and non living, like biotic and abiotic components, such as plants, animals, temperature, rainfall, etc. Now they are interdependent on each other, like all living beings interact with each other. Now the types of ecosystem. Natural ecosystem. These ecosystem exist independently in nature, such as forest, lakes, and ocean. Artificial. These ecosystem are created by humans, like crop fields, ponds, etc. Now the component of an ecosystem. The component of ecosystem are abiotic components such as air, water, land, light, and temperature. And second, biotic components living, which are plant, animal, bacteria, and fungi. Producer, consumer, and decomposers. Producers. Green plant and algae create their own food through photosynthesis. And consumer that are depends on producer for food called consumer. They are further divided into primary, secondary, and tertiary consumer. And decomposers that break down dead plants and animals such as bacteria and fungi. Food chain. A food chain shows energy flow in an ecosystem starting with producer that is plant followed by herbivores, small carnivores and large carnivores. There are some example plants, then deer, then lion and so on. Different trophic level in a food chain. Producers plant make their own food using sunlight, then primary consumer herbivore eats plants for energy, then secondary small carnivores eat herbivores, then tertiary consumer large carnivores and small carnivores. Decomposer at last fungi and bacteria that break down dead plants and animals. Trophic levels. A trophic level represent each step in a food chain where energy transfer occur. Producers form the first level followed by primary, secondary and tertiary consumer. This is a trophic level. Energy transfer decreased by 90% at each level, leaving only 10% for the next as per 10% law. This limit trophic levels to 4 or 5. Green plants capture about 1% of solar energy and store it for food. Energy flow in ecosystem. Energy flows to one direction from producer, then consumer and decomposer, and on each level it is progressively diminished. Energy decrease at each trophic level due to energy loss as heat and metabolic waste. Now food web. Food web is a network of interconnected food chains showing how energy flows through an ecosystem. It illustrates multiple feeding relationship between producer, consumer and decomposer. Biomagnification, this is very important. Harmful chemical like pesticide enter the food chain through crops and accumulate at each trophic level as they are non-biodegradable. This led to their highest concentration in human, the top level consumer. This phenomena is called biomagnification. Let's take an example of DDT. It spread on the crops and then moves to the higher trophic level, that is in human or decomposer, in a higher concentrate. Now human impact on the environment. Pollution is the major activity, like industrial waste and deforestation contribute to pollution, and waste management also. Improper waste disposal lead to environmental problems, and this main cause for ozone depletion, like CFC have damaged the ozone layer which protects us from UV radiation. Now let us understand the ozone depletion. Ozone is a molecule made of three oxygen atoms, unlike O2, which is essential for life. While ozone is toxic at ground level, it plays a crucial role in the upper atmosphere by shielding Earth from harmful UV radiation, which can cause skin cancer. Formation of ozone. Ozone is formed when UV radiation splits oxygen molecules into free oxygen atom, which then combine to form oxygen. Let us see. O2 split into O plus O. Then these O combine with O2 and form O3. Ozone depletion. Its depletion observed since the 1980s is linked to chlorofluorocarbons used in refrigerator and extinguishers. Now, global efforts like 1987 UNEP agreement have curbed CFC's production to protect the ozone layer. Ecosystems are interconnected and each component plays a vital role. Energy flows through ecosystem in a unidirectional and diminishing manner. Human responsibility is the major action have significant impact on environment, and we must act responsible to protect it. So thank you for watching. Like the concept, show it some love.